If you're serious about making results in your organization and creating your dreams and goals, stop whatever you are doing and pay close attention to this quick presentation. If you're serious about making money and creating your dream lifestyle, go ahead and watch it right now, then continue on to see exactly how this system can work for you. On top of showing you how you can start making results as soon as today with this new smart system, I want to tell you a little bit about myself so you know that I'm a real person. After that, I'm going to prove to you that this system is working to generate results for brand new people just like you. My story is pretty simple. I grew up in a small town, Hoogleden, in Belgium, that didn't have a lot of opportunity. My father was a sales rep, my mother had a store, and I had three sisters. Okay? There was a lot of work to do all the time, okay? But my mother was many times suicidal because she lost her father and her mother at a young age. She also lost her first son, my brother, right? She is still on medical drugs all the time. In that situation, I really had to think for myself. Okay? I was an acolyte from my 9 years until my 14 years and very interested in my sister's study of psychology and theology. I started reading books to get answers on my purpose. I wanted to become an author. I had some success in making poets and novels for school. I was so focused on literature that I didn't study the subjects that I had to finish college. In fact, I became very melancholic myself. When I was 18 years, I started working and living on my own. I worked 2 years in road construction and went to the army. To get rid of my stress, I have done a lot of sport at the time. After the army, I started a family and became a father when I was 27 years. I worked in the food industry and carpet industry for some years as a quality controller, although I didn't stop to read books on psychology and personal development. I was doing some marathons and even some 100-kilometer running. I went to a fitness center to train. I learned everything about training programs, sport management, health, and so on. And I became a fitness manager for 12 years of a big sports center with restaurant, bowling, squash, badminton. My son had a passion for software and informatics. And my second boy, Isai, was born at home in 1995. My relation with my ex-wife wasn't regrettably not so strong. I had a rat on the sports center, and after that, we divorced. I started to work like a work alcoholic to forget all my troubles. I had problems finding a good relation, and 6 years ago, a lot of health issues became chronic, right? When my father died on 20 June 2006, I restarted my studies of personal development. I was looking online for new opportunities. I reconnected with a girl from 25 years ago. On 10 May 2013, we happily married. I converted from being an atheist to a Christian. Finally, 40 years later, I started to write blogs. I was a member of a business club with Matthew Cicero for 3 years. My wife and I started to sponsor and adopt foster children from Guatemala and Ethiopia. My wife started last year to learn orthopedagogy while being a full-time labor consultant. With my health issues, 3 children at home and 3 children out of home, I couldn't work anymore. We decided that I'm doing the household. I was miserable in the past because the job ate up all my time, my freedom, and my health. I was missing out on time with my family. I didn't want that same thing happens again. I really wanted to find something where I could work from home, so I could be the stay-at-home dad and work on my health issues. I really wanted to help people with personal, social, and spiritual development. I found out my trusted friend and business partner, Matthew Cicero, started an online business while I was trying to find out what is Empower Network all about. I wanted an online platform for my support of my church, the new evangelization, and Pope Francis, and my writing on Christian art and literature. I had already blogs on Blogger, but I couldn't do there what I wanted because of their policy. And I didn't have the expert marketing training that I needed to get the results that I wanted. After my own research, I found one system that could allow me to do exactly that. So let me show you the kind of potential results you could make with this online business. That way you will know it's worth your time. Let me show you my results with this system when I started in 2015. These are my results from March 2015 in Google Analytics compared with February 2015. The results you see here is Google Webmaster Tools 332 clicks in the 3 months of 2015. My results 4084 index page on Google in 2015. My results are 2550 sessions in the first 3 months of 2015. 18.55 organic search and 13.53 referrals without paying any money. Ahrefs ranking on 31 March 2015, you see it here. Moscom Analytics last week of March 2015, you see it here. And it's important to understand that with these results, even though there is a lot of money to potentially be made using this system, the best part is I love what I'm doing. No one calls me. I don't need to pester my friends or family. I only talk to people I want to talk to. I never have to sell anything directly, and I can work when I want, where I want, and only much as I want. I get to decide the kind of life I'm going to have. I get to decide when I feel okay and I can work. If I want to take the day off, I can do it. If I want to spend time on my business at night, I can still get results and make money. If I had to do the household, I can still get results and make money. And just to be clear, I'm not one of those naturally gifted online money-making geniuses. I just use the tools that are part of this smart system. I actually made this video using this smart system. It's really simple. So the truth is, I get to look like a pro, but I am a regular person just like you. Here is some of what I value most in my life. I live very comfortably here in Hooglede, Belgium, and I run my own online business. Things are pretty good. I have just about everything I need in life, and I really love what I do. Like I said, I have my own business. I'm more healthy than 1 year ago. I've got free time, and I get to travel when I want and with the ones I love. I may not be the richest person alive, but I've been able to do better than I ever really dreamed possible. And on top of doing well in material terms, I've also been able to find a sense of inner peace. But let me be 100% honest and tell you that things weren't always like this for me. You see, I've always been someone who walked off the beaten path. Maybe like me, you rebelled from any molds that your parents or society tried to fit you in. My parents put a lot of pressure on me to seek job security. And as a creative type with a free spirit, that just didn't make sense to me. Like them, I never wanted a traditional job or a boss to answer to. I wanted freedom and helping other people. On top of that, I wanted to create wealth, being authentic. To which my parents insisted that I could have to put aside my true passions and ideas in order to get real and make real money. I was basically told that dreams were like hobbies that never paid. To me, that was like a death sentence. Because even at a young age, I felt we are all here for a purpose, and that our dreams were put in our hearts for a reason. Nevertheless, I rebelled against it all and spent my early 20s being a free spirit. Here's what today is important in my life: God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit. My marriage, my kids, Mila. Urian, my sons in 1999. Helena, Isai, Urian, Laura, Helena. To be with my family. Here is what is important in my life: my compassion and our children's, my family together, the next generation, my sisters and father, Fiesta, Bellstar Pyrenees, walking in the mountains, my mother of 93 years, to travel, Pope Francis, the Church de Lierbrugge, the Bremsterk Roeselare, Christian art, Marc Chagall, freedom, music and peace, personal development, social development and reading. I live very comfortable here in Hoogland, Belgium, and I get to live a life of time freedom as the owner of my own online business. But let me be 100% honest and tell you that things weren't always like this for me. Since I restarted my personal development study, everything went better with my health and my family. I was dreaming of having my own business, not to have to do what I can't anymore, not at the moments when the illness attacks, not with people I can't trust. So I began desperately searching for some kind of business that could free me from all that. Like I said, I found out my trusted friend and business partner Matthew Lo Cicero started an online business while I was trying to find out what is Empower Network all about. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to look for. I didn't know who to trust, and I really didn't know anything about the internet. I saw so many programs that were supposed to get me rich, but they all seemed to be missing any really vision or heart. My biggest lesson, although, from the past was to put my family and God first. If I have to decrease my lifestyle to get that done, I have to do it. Because after we married in 2013, my wife had problems with her ex and her family. Her ex wanted to see more his children, although he didn't pay all the alimony for their 3 children, and he had big problems. We had to start legal proceedings, and the judge agreed with my wife's argumentation, and she concluded that it would be possible to get annulment for the Catholic marriage with her ex. We started the proceedings 1 year ago. We got the message from the bishop: we can marry now in the Catholic Church. In that same period, my mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer, and we had to find a rest home for her, what isn't so simple in Belgium. We got great support from our friends and our churches, because we had so much learned from personal and spiritual development in the last year. We could manage it. Yes? Yeah? Ja, zeer mooi. Geen probleem. It was very tough and difficult because in the meanwhile, 3 of our children were in their puberty, and her ex became more and more aggressive and jealous. My wife got a lot of stupid comments from her family, like she may not have her own opinion and feelings about injustice and freedom. For teenage, everything went good with the girls because they love their wonderful mother. Thanks to our beliefs and taking massive action and listen to the experts in the field, we could make from our problems the biggest asset. Finally, we understood that everything is going to be good for us if we have the right attitude. With the same Christian attitude, we understood we never have to be completely desperate. Then one day, I found in Google search a simple 3-step system for personal growth and for getting results and income online. Almost overnight, everything began turning around for me. Not because the system is easy, not because someone is doing it for you, not because it is automated, not because the system is simple, but because I reached a tipping point in my belief and willingness to learn and change. And I'm confident this system can do the same for you. That's why I want to share it with you and tell you exactly how it works. But first, let me tell you the story behind how I met the inventor of this simple 3-step income system. I first saw David Wood in a video online in 2012. My first impression of him was that he's really out there. I thought to myself, this guy is an alien from outer space. But I was very skeptical in 2012 because the internet was complicated for me and full of cheaters, and I didn't believe anymore in the new age stuff, right? And I didn't believe in the American dream since 50% of the world is controlled by less than 1%. Scapegoating the poor, the sick, the black people, the elderly, the old, etc. for the problems of society is what neoliberals are doing. And after the financial crisis of 2008, nobody seems to change the policy for the banks. At first sight, a lot of network people seems to have no responsibility for the world. But there was something about this vision to change the way people think about how you make money. Yes, dear? No, no problem. I will make it. As soon as I heard it, I somehow knew this was the breakthrough I needed. I have to admit, I was fascinated by how much of walking contradiction David seemed to be. His unmanaged curly hair, the beat-up tank tops he wears, and the fact that he hardly, if ever, even bothers putting on shoes, other than flip-flops, and that's only sometimes. And yet, here he was, with his beautiful wife and their 2 kids, living in a mansion in the mountains of Costa Rica, sporting a giant diamond-encrusted platinum ring. But I learned from my research in 2014 on Empower Network that David and the company are doing a lot of charity for the homeless people. I learned that the CEO is a Christian. I learned that a lot of members are Christians who are blogging about their faith. I learned that even some pastors are leaders in Empower Network. I learned that many groups support the needy and helping the less fortunate in the network. And I learned if I can earn more money, I can donate more money. And if I have more results, I can start the projects I want. And I learned this system works for some very well. With more people swearing by his simple 3-step income system than anything I could ever seen or heard of. With more people swearing by this simple 3-step income system than anything I ever seen or heard of. With more people swearing by his simple 3-step income system than anything I could ever seen or heard of. With more people swearing by his simple 3-step income system than anything I could ever seen or heard of. I was so curious how someone who seemed to fly in the face of convention could possibly be responsible for inventing a system that changed so many lives. I kept hearing about it and how in just the last few years it's created 15 verified millionaires and hundreds who have made 6 figures or more. Plus, it's helped thousands who never made any money online create income for the first time. It's helped thousands who never made any money online create income for the first time. It helped thousands who never made any money online create income for the first time. And so on. Part of me wanted to write it off as a bunch of hype. But fact after fact kept proving that David's system is undeniably real. Then it happened. David asked a simple question that changed my life forever. He asked, do you believe that something has to be complicated for it to work well? Until then, I believed that anything simple had to come with a catch. In my head, if it was simple, that probably means that it didn't really work. But I was completely and totally wrong. See, it turns out that David's simple 3-step system for making money online works so well, it generated over $148 million in the last 3.5 years for the people who use it. The proofs, more proofs, there's really nothing else like it. To say that David's system is different is an understatement. And if this system works for conversions conversions to earn money so well, it will work for any results, for awareness, for consideration, for your loyalty and advocacy. It's the exact opposite of what anyone else teach, and it truly is as simple as 3 steps. You don't need a lot of time, money, or technical skills either. It's the same system David was using for himself to generate 10, 20, even $30,000 a month or more online. And even though it would have been easy for him to just keep it a secret and make all that money himself, he's not wired that way. Dave's natural desire is to help other people escape a system that wants us all to believe we have no other choice than to be a cog in the machine. To me, what's most inspiring about David is that he refused to accept that lie. But in order to do that, he knew he had to do more than just create a system or a business opportunity. Dave decided to create a movement. He set out to grow a community of people who shared his vision for helping other people escape the system. So he found the Empower Network and began sharing his 3 steps simple income system with anyone willing to listen and ready to put the effort it takes to make it work. And has it ever? This simple income system has saved so many people from soul-sucking jobs. It's taken people from being dead broke and days away from being thrown out on the street to living beautiful lives. People from all around the world are using this system to achieve the freedom to do whatever they love most, whenever they want. That shows that this simple 3-system income system works. That means if I can do it in my situation, having health issues, having a past of depression and addiction, having 6 children, 31 years old, 20 years old, 20 years old, 18 years old, 15 years old, 3 years old, being 59 years young, having the responsibility of my 93 years mother, being a college dropout, having no technical or developer knowledge, having no big financial reserves, why you can do it? Because you can do it. If you do everything you can do it because everything you can do is enough if you have this system. And that is exactly what happens in 2015, because I can focus now on my own business because the family problems are solved in the best way. Everyone knows that it is very difficult to focus when you have pain, right? And 70% of the time I have pain, but I don't want to be on painkillers, okay? But with the support of the community, the personal development, you can succeed in any situation with this system. I know people who start this business from the hospital. So once David got the system working for himself, he decided to test it out with about 30 of his friends. The system made many of them millions. Then that group helped take it to an even bigger market. And it became, yes, darling? Yes, okay, you can have the cookie. And it became the fastest growing online money making system in the history of the internet. It smashed record after record. And here are a few facts that explain why this system has broken so many records and why it's such a huge opportunity for you. According to the internetworldstats.com, you see this, the cipher, internet users, latest data. You see it? There are over 2.8 billion people currently using the internet. And that number is climbing at a rate of about 28,000 new users every hour. Of that 20.8 billion people, 30% say that their main reason for using the web is to make money. So that's nearly 1 billion total people interested in using the internet to make money. In fact, according to Google's keyword tool, each and every day, 100,000 people are searching Google for ways to make more money online. To put that into perspective, that's twice as many as the number of searches related to losing weight. and 3 times the number of searches related to skincare. And like I said, so many regular people are experiencing big success using this smart system. A lot of them are people who could never previously made any results and money online. So here, let me show you some of the dozens of testimonials that people have given for this system. Kimberly shared, I earned a commission within my first week and didn't know where it came from. Sarita says, I am now at $3,400 a month just in residuals. John said, my best month about $50,000. Landon said, I had my first $10,000 a month. There are too many testimonials to count about how well this system is working. You see Alicia, and people are posting new ones all the time. And like I talked about, what's the most amazing is the fact that there are so many stories of people who had never seen success before. I mean people who've been struggling online until they found this system. Now they have plugged in and are getting commissions, and it's happening very quickly for them. And while their results aren't typical, there are so many more people that I've ever personally seen getting results with this system. To me, there is nothing more exciting than seeing people successful for the first time. And in many cases, having it happen the very first day they join. So here is what you should do next. Watch the video presentation below this page and get started as quickly as you can see. You will see a green button. When you get inside the system, you are going to want to do 2 things. Watch all the videos and don't skip anything. It teaches you everything you need to know about how to really make money online. And it's so simple that anyone can do it. Even someone like me with chronic diseases and 59 years young without any previous experience and 0 technical skills. I'm so confident that when you get in the system and start following the process, you should see success, just like so many other people are getting. I can't promise you anything because your results will be your own. But if you're serious, I know you can do it. So I look forward to helping you once you decide to get started with the system today. Click the link below this page now, the green link. In fact, I like to make a special offer to you. Pay close attention because I really can't offer this to everyone. See the button on this page below this video. Click here to watch the free presentation button. Once you click the green button below this page, click here to watch the free presentation. You will be taken to a presentation that will explain exactly how the system can work for you. Watch the presentation and make a decision about whether or not the system is right for you. When you decide to get started today, we'll set up a call and I'll walk you step by step through how the system can work for you. I can only do that when you click the green button now below this page, watch the presentation and decide to get started today. So go ahead and click the green button below this page. Click here to watch the free presentation and I'll see you on the other side.